Visionaries. You may feel like you're a visionary, you may not. What makes visionaries visionaries is that we envision something that is not in place yet. We can envision beyond the structure, the box that we live in. Okay. And if you consider old paradigm, new paradigm, that language, the old paradigm is the box that collectively humanity lived in. And the box has a set of rules that have been given to us through our inheritance. And there's lots of reasons that of why. There's lots of nesting dolls, interdimensional nesting dolls to the structures of this. But in general, we can say that, you know, the rules of reality that were imposed upon our creative, expansive, infinite beingness within the biosuit is literally dissolving, and it's not really possible for humans to move forward effectively without another kind of structure to come in and give us something to connect over and to relate, to resonate with. Okay. So a lot of the realities, truths about reality, are coming forward, and these truths directly conflict with previously accepted truths, values of the old paradigm. So, you know, as visionaries, you and I were visionaries, we have a sense of what it is to be that new human on the other side. What is the new earth, new paradigm that's coming forward? It's like many of us are already living those principles, living those values. And in order for humanity to make that quantum leap into our becoming, right, we need to adapt a different set of values. There's a lot of there's a lot of structures, belief systems that we have digested and put a lot of life force energy into that just cannot survive into that next leap. There's lots of things that have come forward. For example, you're born into a system, you're born into a family, and in that family, you were taught that you need to get an education, you need to get a good job, and if you're a good human, you'll be able to pay bills, get married, have kids, and live out your life as a consumer. And when you die, pay taxes, or your survivors will pay the taxes, and you leave a legacy, right? That's the basic structure. And that just is not going to fly as we go into the new paradigm. There are many people that are very insightful that have been talking about the shifting of the ages, and many of them have acknowledged, doctors, scientists, different kinds of intellectuals have acknowledged that humanity in its current form is headed into an extinction event, mass extinction event. Okay. For example, there's an inspirational speaker named Zach Bush, right? I'm sure many of you guys have listened to him. He speaks about this a lot, and it has to do with the fact that humans devalue themselves and their connection to nature. They devalue nature and its capacity to bring healing, deep healing to our system, to our body, to our mind, to our emotions, right? To our ability to perceive clearly. All of this is impacted by our relationship to nature. But the foundation belief system globally is based out of a paradigm of rejection of nature. The three largest religions in the world are Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. And all three of those religions are based on a model of being a sinner, being, kicked out. There's this perception of being kicked out of Eden for A, B, or C, right? For eating, apple or whatever the sin is. It kind of varies depending on what version of those different religions you prescribe to. But the interesting thing about this is that it doesn't matter if you consciously prescribe to those stories or not. It's deep in your subconscious because you have inherited from your lineage. So if you have a lineage that goes way back into any one of these three religions, that programming is buried deep inside. So there is a foundational subconscious assumption that you are separate from nature, that we are somehow an abomination to nature or somehow a cancer on nature, right? Now, that's not to say that we don't cause suffering and don't take responsibility ecologically, all that. Yes, this is all true. But what I'm talking about is the foundational value system in our subconscious that's facilitating these other narratives.